man, it's really amazing to me. It's really amazing to me how we could watch the WWE product every single week. And especially with what's going on this week. We have Tyson Fury going one-on-one with Braun Strowman. WWE actually had Braun Strowman show up at the PC where Tyson Fury was training to do and cut a angle where he attacked Tyson Fury while training in the ring. We got that mega match. We got Cain Velasquez now as a WWE employee for the next 3 years. His first match in the company. He's going one-on-one with Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. That's major news. That is major, major news. Who else could look themselves in the mirror every morning they wake up and say, my first match is for the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar? Not many people. They have these two mega matches. A first time ever for both in the WWE. And there's absolutely no interest in the WWE product. There is zero interest. Nothing trending on social media. The ratings keep falling and falling and falling every single week. Nothing. There's no buzz around the product at all. Why is that? Why is that? Because everything they are doing outside of those two mega matches, which I will go on record and say are going to be a fucking embarrassment. Everything that they do outside of this big show is nothing short of failure. Absolute embarrassing is WWE. Now, I scour every morning I wake up, I have my cup of coffee, I sit here in the office, and I look at every dirt sheet, every wrestling journalist's website, and I scour the web for news and rumors, and I organize it every morning I wake up, constantly checking the dirt sheets throughout the day, making sure I have content for you guys here on Saturday and Sunday when it comes to the podcast. A lot of what you see on this podcast, you guys might think, oh, it's easy. It's easy. He's reading off, dirt sheets and blah, blah, blah. A lot of effort goes into constructing what you guys see on this show. If you think it's easy to come on here every single week and do what I do, then please, by all means, do it yourself. But a lot of work goes into this, and I'm scouring the internet, and I see absolutely nothing as far as WWE news and rumors go. Like I said, nothing trending. On Monday, you look up and down Monday Night Raw, zero trends coming out of Monday Night Raw. You look up and down Wednesday, zero trends coming out of NXT, except for that magnificent Finn Balor heel turn. Will he join the Undisputed Era? I don't know, but Finn Balor and Adam Cole have ties to a certain little group that formed in Japan. You look up and down Friday on Smackdown, not one single trend coming out of Smackdown. And tonight, I sit here 3 hours before they go live on FS1. Man, I can't wait to see the ratings come on in for FS1. I sit here 3 hours before SmackDown goes live on FS1. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's amazing to me that the only thing we are concerned about is the drama that is happening in the pro wrestling world. It's amazing to me how the only thing that we are so interested in is what is going to come out of Seth Rollins' mouth next. It's amazing. We are more interested in making this guy look like a fucking fool. We are more interested in him opening his mouth, making himself look and feel like a fool than anything else. Rollins in the ring? Fuck it. I want to hear what he says about Vince McMahon being a weird old man. Fuck it. I want to see what Seth Rollins is going to say next about AEW being minor leagues. Fuck it. I want to hear Jim Ross tell Seth Rollins, well, maybe one day you'll be as over as your wife. Oh my God, man. Oh, it's amazing. We are so interested in what Seth Rollins is saying that I found this gem. Somebody tagged me in this on Instagram. If you guys need to know where I got it from, somebody tagged me on this picture on Instagram, and I could not help myself. I had to clip it. I had to copy it. I had to save it to my desktop. I had to post it to Twitter because it's like a comedy show. Folks, we are more interested in this than anything going on right now in WWE. What on fucking earth is this? This is your Universal Champion. Then he's got the balls to put in hashtags underneath this picture on Instagram. Seth Rollins is not cool. And then he's like, who said Seth Rollins is not cool? Well, bro, you got pineapples on your little swim trunks there. You got your little swimmies. You got your little American flag swimmies on the 4th of July. Did Becky Lynch hand you a nice little sippy cup? Did you dip your feet in the little kiddie pool? Look, he's even got a fucking glazed donut. Or a white frosted donut with sprinkles as a little fucking floaty. I didn't know they made condoms that fit someone's fucking human head in pink. Oh my God, man. This is your Universal Champion. This is your Universal Champion, folks. We are more interested in this than anything else. I don't know, bro. Did Becky dress you? Did Becky dress you? Just like Jim Ross said, we'll talk about it on Tuesday. We'll talk about it on Tuesday because I got other things that Seth Rollins did and said this week on this show today. But Jim Ross said it best, bro. Why don't you shut your mouth and try and go to work and maybe one day you'll be as over as your wife. Anyway, guys, the point I'm trying to make is this is going to be a very abbreviated episode of Off the Script. There's not really anything going on. It's just mind-boggling to me how this is the #1 wrestling company in the entire world, and there's basically zero news coming out of any of their shows. That's how dead the shows are. That's how dead the current product is. It's as dry as your grandmother's fucking 97-year-old vagina. That's how dry it is, man. It is ridiculous. And if it's dry, it's bad for us. So I got news. We'll try our best today. Thank you guys so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is episode 297, part number 1 for your Saturday, October 26th, 2019. I got news on the ratings, Raw, AEW, NXT, Smackdown on Fox. I got it all. We'll go over it. And we're going to tackle the thing that I seen on Reddit. We're going to tackle the thing that I seen on social media with all the social media cretins. AEW was down again this week. So was NXT. And everybody is coming to the defense of WWE because a lot of people were saying, well, AEW wasn't down much at all. And the NBA restarted again. The season's back up and running. The NBA, I think the season pass on the network was free for the week just to get people to sign up is what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. Somebody please confirm that for me. The World Series was happening on Wednesday as well with the Astros going down 0-2 to the Nationals. But a lot of people were bringing up the point, well, when AEW is down, it's always the sports that are to blame, taking the audience away from the Wednesday night show. When WWE is down and we do that same thing, it's never an excuse. Yes, that is the way it is. And I'll go over that reasoning right here when we talk about the ratings for all 4 shows as we talk about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AEW. I got major news as well on Tessa Blanchard. Now, apparently, Tessa Blanchard is finished with Impact Wrestling. I got news on that, and we're going to debunk that as well today, but she will be a free agent. She will be a free agent. Where is she going? I don't know where she's going. All I know is whoever gets Tessa Blanchard is getting the best women's wrestler on the planet, and wherever she goes, She is going to demand top dollar. That woman is going to be a very, very rich individual, and she deserves it. We'll go over that as well. And the backstage morale in WWE is at an all-time low. No fucking shit. We'll go over that as well right here on Off the Script. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's on Twitter and Instagram. If I wasn't on Instagram, I wouldn't have found this gem right here of Seth Rollins. And then we got this one as always, which is my personal favorite because it's just beautiful. It's a thing of beauty, man. How could you not like this? Shout out to Sal Rex, man. The man does brilliant work. I love it. Absolutely love it. So make sure you guys follow me on both Twitter and Instagram. Same at JD from NY206. Make sure you guys also hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys are notified of when I actually upload a video. Twitter's also a great way to get notified as well. Make sure you guys support the podcast on Patreon, patreon.com/JD from NY206. If you guys would just want to show some extra appreciation for what I do here on the channel. And today's podcast is brought to you by my fine friends over at The Ridge. Ridge.com/script. Now, what is The Ridge? The Ridge helps you guys carry what you need to every single day, from streamlining how you carry cash and cards in their flagship Ridge wallet to their portable charging commuter backpack. They want to make the most out of what you're bringing with you every single day. Now, I have and own the Ridge wallet. It is such an improvement over what I previously had. I had an old leather wallet. I used to go to Hot Topic and buy my wallets. Old leather, cheap leather. It ripped, it tore. Every time I put something in it, I was just ready to throw it out. My cards didn't fit. My cash didn't fit. It was just cheap, and when I pulled it out, I looked like I was a bum. Honestly. The Ridge is such an improvement over my old wallet. It looks clean. It's stylish. Everywhere I go, I pull out my wallet. I know I got the best looking wallet in the entire place. It doesn't bend. It doesn't fold. And I know that the RFID blocking qualities are going to help keep me and my identity and my information safe everywhere I go. The Ridge is so confident that you'll enjoy the product that they've made it as simple as possible. Free shipping so you guys can get it fast. Free returns in case you don't like it. And if you do like it, there's a lifetime guarantee. There's also, and this is a big deal, I know it would be to me, there's 30,000 five-star reviews, so they got a lot to be confident about. The Ridge is super durable, made from military-grade materials like titanium and carbon fiber. It's proven to be bulletproof, waterproof, and believe it or not, guys, even chainsaw-proof. The Ridge has been sponsors of the channel, and they are going to be with me throughout the holiday season. Make sure you guys go and check out The Ridge, ridge.com/script. It makes a perfect gift for the upcoming holiday season, and you guys can save 10% off at checkout by using code SCRIPT. Ridge.com/script. The downward spiral of ratings not only happened on Monday, not only happened on Friday, but it continues to happen on Wednesday as well with NXT and All Elite Wrestling. The ratings have once again declined on Wednesday night. Dynamite and their viewership falls under 1 million, still destroys NXT. And then I also got the Raw and Smackdown ratings as well. Smackdown took another huge decline. Monday Night Raw was up about 2%, but for those idiots on social media who are throwing a parade over Monday Night Raw being in the positive, it still means that the show is in the negative. You just don't see it that way because you got your rose-colored glasses on and you're always about positivity. Oh my God! Monday Night Raw is the best show ever, man! I don't believe you apologists, man. I really don't believe you WWE enthusiasts. You sports entertainment enthusiasts. Cut this shit! Anyway, let's talk about a real wrestling show first. NXT and AEW. Now, AEW and NXT went head-to-head for the 4th week in a row. All Elite Wrestling might have won the Wednesday Night Wars this week, but they took a slight hit and now have declined under 1 million viewers. Is it even a war anymore? I don't know. And I mean this wholeheartedly. I don't give a shit about the ratings. I say this I feel like I have to because, well, obviously you care about it. You're talking about it. You spent 20 minutes talking about the ratings. It's the news. I got to talk about the ratings and then what correlates on social media and what people are talking about because they're fucking stupid. Now, I mean this wholeheartedly. I watched both of these shows this week. They were phenomenal. AEW had the best Dynamite so far in the 4 weeks they've been on television. NXT was great this week, spearheaded by a Finn Balor heel turn. And we got War Games set up, possibly with the women. We got Johnny Gargano being attacked by Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa being attacked by the Undisputed Era. War Games was pretty much set up on Wednesday. It was a great episode with a great triple threat match. Not only a great triple threat match, the best triple threat match of the entire year with Roddy, who is vastly underrated. Start appreciating Roderick Strong. And Keith Lee and Dominic Dijakovic for the North American Championship. It's a great show. Wednesday Night Wars, what war? I don't give a shit about a war. Both shows were fantastic this week, which makes me wonder why they're down. It makes me wonder that there are a lot of stupid people out there. I don't understand it. I really don't get it. If you're watching who the fuck is watching Monday Night Raw? I genuinely want to know that. Who is watching Monday Night Raw over what you're watching on NXT? I don't understand it. It's like Bizarro World. How could you watch Raw and not watch NXT when it's just the same thing, but so much better? It's not really the same thing, but it's the same brand. It's the same company. But it's done so much better in the way that we should be seeing it on Monday night. If NXT and what you seen on Wednesday was the feeling you got on Monday, don't you? And they were consistent with it. Don't you think the ratings would be up? I think so. Now, let's talk about the ratings. The World Series took a huge chunk of the pro wrestling audience away from both companies. Did it? Did it really? It did 12, 13 million viewers, I think, from 9 to 10 on Wednesday. But how many people are legitimately going to give a shit about the Astros and the Washington Nationals? Please. Nobody gives a shit. Now, Showbuzz Daily reports that AEW Dynamite scored 963,000 viewers on Wednesday. This is a drop of 40,000 from last week. It's down, but not something to really concern yourself with, but they are trending downwards. Now, they are still above and beyond whatever TNT had projected for All Elite Wrestling. Now, the only thing is how they could get this on the increase again, how they could get it right back to over 1 million. That's the struggle that they're going to have to worry about this week. NXT, they brought in 698,000 viewers, which is down from last week's 712. Smackdown on Fox started with near a 4 million viewership, a 4 rating on October 4th, scoring not only nearly double the prior SmackDown Live viewership on USA Network, which was about 2.099 million viewers. That was the last rating on 9/24. But doing well in the key demographics that the networks and advertisers most covet, which is that 18 to 49 demographic. That episode, heavily hyped by Fox Network on NFL games and throughout other programming, featured The Rock's appearance, plus Brock Lesnar challenging Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. The next week featured the WWE Draft, which they fucked up completely. An episode that featured Fox Sports personalities just in the most cringe-like way, going over draft pick options, not really honing in on any of the talent. You had fucking Kurt Manatee and Terry Bradshaw and Michael Strahan. Oh, I would draft Dusty Rhodes. Oh, I'd take Ric Flair. This is what you got your Fox personalities doing. How are you focusing on the actual talent and then boasting that you're happy with the fucking feedback. You're happy with the relationship so far. This is the relationship. It's a sinking ship. Then you got guys like that going on there. How the fuck could you justify that? How are you pushing the current talent? This is what I don't get. A neglect of the talent is the one thing that pisses me off. Fucking Kurt Manatee. Give me a break. Why not focus on a Buddy Murphy or a Mustafa Ali or an Aleister Black or an Andrade Cien Almas or a War Raiders? Cedric Alexander, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre. You got guys picking fucking Bruno Sammartino in the draft. Then you want to know why the WWE is uncool. How do you think that makes the current roster feel? They're going to watch this shit. Well, what about me? They're probably asking themselves. Yeah, what about you? What about you? Get ready for catering. Call Titus up. Ask him to put in a special request. Now, this was hyped by Fox. Fox thinks that they're doing WWE good. It's actually terrible programming. The Rock was the only reason for that big rating. That was it. And then Lesnar being there for the WWE title. Then, bloop, right down the toilet. The draft was awful. Viewership dropped to 2.8, which was down 1 million. The highest viewership since March 20th, 2008 episode, over a year and a half earlier. Fox, on Friday, this past Friday, dropped again another 500,000 viewers to 2.418 million viewers. The viewership is lower than a year ago, which was the rating on the USA Network that came in at 2.545 million. That was the first episode without any special appearances or a special format. That was good enough to finish number 1 for the night in the adult 18 to 49 demographic with a 0.8 rating. That's all they care about, that demographic. There you go. The next best rating in that demo was CBS's Hawaii 5-0 on CBS, which drew a 0.6 rating. Overall viewership, though, wasn't close, with Hawaii 5-0 drawing 6.21 million viewers compared to SmackDown's 2.44. That's because Hawaii 5-0 draws so many viewers over the age of 49. So you got Helen and fucking Bruce sitting on their rocking chairs. Helen, can you go get me some Ensure? You know, the nightly beverage. Instead of a cold beverage, they want something out of the cabinet that's room temperature. Ensure. What do you want? What do you want? Do you want vanilla? Do you want malted? What about chocolate? That's who's watching Hawaii 5-0. There you go. This is up from 2.76 last week. I'm sorry. I'm skipping ahead. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Fucking Helen and her Ensure getting it for Bruce or fucking Harry, whatever the fuck his name is. Monday Night Raw's episode featuring whatever the fuck they were featuring. It was garbage. The 2019 draft was set. Yet we see nothing more than rematches and rehash. I thought this was a fresh start. Fuck a fresh start. Drew an average 2.342 million viewers according to Showbuzz Daily. This was actually up 2.76 from last week, which was 2.287 million viewers for the draft episode. Folks, please stop defending garbage. That is not a positive outlook. Yo, yeah, we were up 2.76. Oh, we could go about coasting on for the rest of the week. Let's hit it. Hit him hard on Monday night. Folks, this is a failure. This is a failure. Paul Heyman has been the executive director of Monday Night Raw since May. And it's October. We're going into November. Soon it's going to be fucking Turkey Day, and you're going to be handing your fucking sweet potatoes over to your father. Dad, do you like the sweet potatoes? No, I hate them. Where are the fucking marshmallows? It's going to be fucking Thanksgiving. Before you know it, it's going to be Christmas. And we're going to be in the same boat as always. Nothing new. How is this a success? This is fucking garbage. Monday Night Raw is a failure of a program. This should not be the case. They should be trending in the 3s. But they don't give a shit. Instead of being consistent and putting on a program like NXT and making their audience feel like they're watching something that's real and something that has a sports vibe to it. No, we gotta see fucking Lana and Bobby Lashley sitting in the corner diner, ordering a fucking stack of mini pancakes. And we got to see rematch after rematch after rematch after rematch. I don't know who finds this interesting at all. The show was it was a joke. It was a joke. Yeah, I'm going to sit there. I have to because I have to do this for you guys. But yeah, that's a lot to ask somebody. Yeah, let me watch Andrade, who WWE portrays as a loser, against Sin Cara. Who? Is he a cosplayer? Is he a early Halloween act? What is he? Sin Cara. This is something that does not interest anybody. Yeah, you're asking me to care about somebody that you buried for years, and in Andrade, someone that you're currently burying and making look like a loser. You're asking me to care about Sin Cara, who's been off WWE TV for God knows how long, and you're asking me to watch something that was upwards towards 12, 13 minutes when the guy, I don't even remember the last time he's had a 2-minute match. How does that make sense to you? Yet I'm supposed to sit there and care. You expect me to care. This is awful. Absolutely awful. Let's go back to the AEW NXT thing. AEW is down for more than one reason. Wednesday is basketball night. They had the NBA season, I believe, started, or preseason, whatever the fuck's going on. Whatever NBA, the Hawks, I think we're on. The NBA's back, and we're going into full swing. I think it's the regular season. Then we had the World Series. So, when you're looking at AEW, that is a new promotion, and you're looking at it going up against other real sports like that, yes, it is very fair to blame the World Series, and it's very fair to blame the NBA. Also, I read that the NBA season pass on the NBA network, or whatever the fuck is going on, they were giving stuff away for free viewership so you guys can watch and maybe sign on for a yearly subscription. That's what I was reading. I don't know if I misconstrued that in any way, but whatever the case may be, it is very fair to gauge the decrease in ratings to the NBA and the World Series for Major League Baseball. Now, when you want to come at me and say, well, if you're doing that for AEW, isn't it fair that you do the same thing for WWE? No. Because WWE has been around for how long? And they continue to give us shit every single week. They give us mediocrity every single week. That's 4 or 5 times a month, every single month. So when you're asking me to treat WWE fairly, when was the fucking last time they treated us fairly? AEW is putting on good shows. The ratings, they might matter to you. They don't matter to me. They might matter to the cretins out there. They don't matter to me. Because I know the shows were leagues better than what we see on Monday and on Friday. Same thing with NXT. I don't even think WWE themselves don't even give a shit about the ratings for NXT. I told you this once, I'm gonna fucking say it again. The only reason why NXT is live on Wednesday nights on the USA Network is that 698 to be exact. That's 698,000 viewers. The only reason why they're live on Wednesday is that 700,000 people don't go over and watch AEW. Because what would happen if they did? Then Vince would start worrying. They're creeping up to the Monday Night Raw territory. That's the only reason why NXT is live on the USA Network. They are a meat shield. It's Vince's little toy. So, if it's 700,000 people, you think WWE wants those 700,000 people to go find another wrestling alternative away from Monday Night Raw and Friday Night Smackdown? The answer is no. So yes, it is very fair to say AEW had a 40,000 decrease. That's not taking into account all the other outlets that they were airing on. UK and in Canada, right? But here in the States, we worry about what happens here. Mix everything together, they're definitely over 1 million. With AEW being on national television across the globe. It is very fair for me to sit here and say, yes, it is due to those reasons. When WWE has a decrease because of football and because of this and that, if they were putting on semi-good shows, they wouldn't be down 20% during an NFL Monday or a Friday night game. Something. They're down major numbers. AEW was down 40,000 viewers. It's not that big of a deal. NXT continues to go down and down and down and down every single week. That's a fucking issue. They've been down for 6 weeks now. Because remember, they got 2 weeks up on AEW. So they're down 6 weeks. Something needs to be done. I still don't know why. I would. It's like an unsolved mystery. I would love to know why. And it's not because people don't like the casuals don't like professional wrestling. You're watching, I don't know what the fuck you're watching on Monday. What is it that you're watching that's so entertaining that would make you think, well, I don't know if I would enjoy this on Wednesday night? What are you watching on Monday that's so entertaining? Or are half of you asleep with the fucking TV still on? Is that how you're accumulating ratings? Unreal. So the ratings are down. Monday Night Raw continues to be garbage. Smackdown continues to be garbage. AEW down, not that big of a deal. NXT, they're down again. It's a little concerning, but I don't think WWE really cares. So both of these brands, they put on fantastic shows this week. It should be easy to get that on the upward slide of things, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with the ratings here for all these shows next week. Again, please don't take it out on AEW and don't take it out. They're 4 weeks. They've been 4 weeks, brand new. So whatever applies to WWE is not going to really apply to them all the time. Let's just give it a rest. What is the better show quality-wise? That's an easy answer. Just enjoy the fucking show. Because I know we all did on Wednesday night. Now, speaking of NXT, WWE's plan for NXT in 2020, there is this ongoing rumor, and this was started a couple of weeks ago because Vince was very unhappy with the ratings. Vince was very unhappy about the presentation because someone probably keyed him on AEW sitting in front of 13,000 people on their opening night. And Vince seen this because he didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. So when he seen it and he seen the crowd, he's probably like, well, something's got to change. So they're planning on moving NXT out of Full Sail University. I don't know if that's going to be forever. I don't know if it's going to be one of those things where NXT is going to be on the road. I would hope not all the time. And I have my reason for it, which I'll talk to you about in a second. But someone in upper management said, we got to get the hell out of this building. Meaning that the building is now all of a sudden holding NXT down. Well, the building was fine for 6 years. The building itself was fine for 6 years. You got to get out of the fucking building because you can't see it compete against AEW. Whose fault is that? Yeah, it's AEW's fault, right? You didn't have to move off the network. You didn't have to put them in a war on Wednesday night live. You only did it because you didn't want AEW to gain traction on the main roster. So we're going to use something that we don't care about and kind of protect the main roster by using NXT as our shield. It's the only reason why they're doing it. Now, I don't want NXT to move out of Full Sail completely because of one reason and one reason only, and that's because if they take NXT to these bigger venues weekly, it's going to take away from those takeover shows. And when you have NXT in Full Sail every single week, and you see storylines develop at Full Sail every single week, and then we get a takeover that is so brilliantly planned together and put together, brilliantly planned out, and we get to see that arena packed, jam-packed, sold out on that Saturday night, it makes all that much more difference. If we see NXT in front of 9,000, 10,000 people weekly, which I don't think they're going to do, how does that make TakeOver look? The importance and the appeal and the luster, the overall aura of TakeOver is going to take a hit because it's special to us now. NXT in front of that audience happens once a quarter, not every week. That is going to kill the entire feel of NXT TakeOver, and NXT TakeOver is the best show that WWE produces every single quarter, bar none. Don't do it. Now, there is an immediate thought within WWE when the Wednesday Night War started that NXT needs to move out of Full Sail University. Now, while that might still be in the plans, the Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that the company might still use Full Sail to house NXT weekly shows every now and then. Regarding NXT in 2020, there is talk going around that they will continue to use Full Sail, just not every week, with the idea of doing some shows live at Full Sail and in some arenas outside of Florida. WWE might blame Full Sail for their declining ratings. No. Don't blame Full Sail for the declining ratings. AEW is putting on a very good product. Don't blame Full Sail. Full Sail's been there. They're innocent in all this. You are to blame for their declining ratings. WWE might blame Full Sail, which is nonsense, for their declining ratings. It is reported that they are talking to larger arenas and will be starting in January. Full Sail Arena is cost effective, but the look of a 400-seat venue compared to AEW's 6, 7, 8,000 every single week is not really all that attractive for NXT. It makes AEW look like Major League. And then NXT looks like, if you're a casual flipping through the channels on Wednesday night and you see AEW, you're going to think one or the other. Big leagues, and then you go to NXT and see this other wrestling show on USA Network. What is this? Why is it in front of 400 people? Why is the crowd so much smaller here than over here? Is this a developmental brand? Is this minor league? Meanwhile, the guys on that brand are major league players in front of 400 people. And then, again, going back to what the clown said, Seth Rollins, don't know why you would even say and insinuate that AEW is minor leagues. Chris Jericho is minor leagues. You're shitting on and disrespecting Chris Jericho's legacy. Your buddy Jon Moxley's over there. Let's call him up and see how much he's making for a fucking minor league salary. Kenny Omega's minor league, but then you want to go out there and claim, well, I want Kenny Omega at WrestleMania. He must not be minor league then if you're challenging a fucking minor leaguer to a main event at WrestleMania. Do you see how dumb he sounds? What a joke! An absolute joke. Dustin Rhodes, yeah. Dustin Rhodes, everybody respects Dustin Rhodes. Minor leagues. DDP's over there, the Rock and Roll Express are going to be there, handing out the tag team titles in the finals of the tournament. Yeah, minor leagues. Yeah, minor league. Keep talking. So NXT's plan for 2020, move NXT out of Full Sail. Not completely, but at least a couple of times during the week, or a couple of times during the month, I should say, that they will have larger venues is the plan. WWE superstar morale is unbelievably low backstage. Man, color me fucking blue. WWE superstars have a very hectic schedule in WWE, and during Wrestling Observer Live, Brian Alvarez said that due to everything that's happening right now in the business, there could actually be some releases in the WWE. There are some superstars who just aren't happy, and it's only gotten worse since the new TV deal started in October. He says this, and I quote, "I was told today that there may be more releases coming. Who knows? Morale has not been good for a long time, but apparently the morale has taken an even bigger hit since October 1st. If you recall, the belief in WWE was that the idea was, oh my God, we're going to Fox, and there's going to be a new boom period about to kick off," end quote. What boom period is that, folks? The boom was definitely heard, and we seen a 4 rating start SmackDown on Fox, and now it's dwindled down to a 2.4. And on Saturday, as this goes live, I am predicting a 2.0 in the ratings on SmackDown on FS1. Maybe even lower. So what boom period is there, folks? Why would the morale backstage be anything but low? Look at the quality of television show. Paul Heyman is in charge of Monday Night Raw, and the shows seem to be getting worse every single week. Nothing has changed. You had a draft, and it's as if Monday Night Raw never even went through a draft. Same matches. You expect me to care about these guys that you buried for months on end all of a sudden now, because now we're in a new era, we're in a new period, we're starting fresh? You should have thought about that fucking 9 months ago when Ricochet just came up from NXT and he was a new guy and you knew he was going to get over, and now he's lost, and now you expect me to care. Same thing goes for Buddy Murphy. How many matches has Buddy Murphy had outside Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan? Can you count them? I can't. I must have been fucking having some serious amnesia. Give me a break. Andrade, Aleister Black. How many matches has Aleister Black had? How many feuds has Aleister Black had? One. He's been on TV how many times? I can count it on one hand. Now you expect me to actually give a shit about these guys on Monday Night Raw. I don't understand it. You should have thought about all this shit back coming out of WrestleMania. Why is the backstage morale low? Look at SmackDown Live. Look at SmackDown Live. You're giving us the same show that was on USA Network, and now Fox is on board, and they're not doing anything to push the current roster. None of the current roster is being advertised. Nobody gives a shit about the current roster. They're just faces and names that nobody associates with. They're faces and names that people see and they don't relate to. They don't care. Meanwhile, Fox is over here pushing Cain Velasquez and Tyson Fury, and they want Brock Lesnar, and they want Ronda Rousey. Did they get into the sports business, or did they get into the wrestling business? Which is it? Can't have both. Can't have the entertainment business, and you can't have the wrestling business all in one. You bought the WWE, which is a wrestling product at its core. No matter what they say or what they want you to believe, it is pro wrestling. It is a parody of pro wrestling, like Meltzer said, but it's pro wrestling. And here you are trying to bring in NHL and NFL and ESPN, all these other fucking people, right? Covered on ESPN and this and that. Coming into the WWE, you're trying to bring in boxing and UFC, and every superstar that you got on the roster is being pushed down every single time you make a decision like this. No wonder they want their fucking releases. No wonder they want opportunity elsewhere. The more you do something like this that you see with Crown Jewel, the more that people are going to want out. You have a tag team division that is non-existent. You have a mid-card that is non-existent. You have booking and creative that can't get off the 50-50 fucking schlong. Nothing has changed about this show. In fact, SmackDown is actually worse on Fox than it was on the USA Network, with a rating every single week that shows it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They showed up for The Rock, and then they disappeared for The Rock. And now, all those people that you had somehow stay, what have you shown them in the last 2 weeks? Why do you think they left? Because you're offering them nothing. The show sucks. Storylines are garbage. The matches are the same old shit. The wrestling itself is fucking choreographed garbage. Very formulaic. Nothing is new. Nothing is different. Maybe you guys should really look at what AEW and NXT is doing. Because whatever the fuck you're doing, it's not working. Whatever you are doing sucks. So yes, the backstage morale is unbelievably low. Money isn't the end. You're not going to be happy with money alone. You're going to sit there and ponder on top of your huge WWE contract, why the fuck did I stay? Why would anyone now that is a remaining free agent in this business want to go to a WWE? NXT maybe. But even then you got to worry, well, what happens when I'm done with NXT? Then I'm going to be at the behest of the old man. And how old is he going to be then? 77, 78? He's going to be more senile than he is now. If you're a free agent in this business now, or about to become a free agent in this business now, what on earth would you get out of WWE outside the money? Nothing. I think a lot of people are smart. I think a lot of people are wisening themselves up. They are smartening themselves up to the fact that if you go to WWE, it is nothing more than money, 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 money. And they want you to take you away from the competition, and they plan on doing nothing with you because they don't really do anything with the fucking talent that they have secured right now under contract. And look at the rosters that they have on both of these shows. How on earth could they be this fucking bad? All starts at the top. All starts at the top. Management doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Because of that, everybody underneath in the locker room is going to see what they're doing. They're not doing it right. Neglect. everybody underneath's going to feel it. Morale is unbelievably low backstage. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Fox. This is the pull that Fox has. This is the demand that Fox has. Will the fans listen? Probably not. In fact, it actually might make things worse. Because you all know when you tell the fans not to do something, they're going to do it because fuck you. You can't tell us what to do. It's as if they adopted the WWE way of thinking. You do this and you'll like it. They're not going to learn. They're not going to listen to you. Fox requests fans to stop using the what chants. Now, Rusev actually brought attention to this. And the what chants, listen, before I even mention anything in this fucking story here, in this article, if there was one thing that I would eliminate from a fan's perspective, it's two things. One, I can't stand the too sweet when it's 1, 2, and then the referee counts a near fall and the fans go too sweet. I hate that. That's so fucking cringe. The other thing is the what chants. I can't stand it. It really, some people deserve it, quite honestly, but when you got someone like The Undertaker in there and then he starts receiving the what chants, I mean, you're just being a fucking asshole at that point. If there's two chants I want to go away, it's those two. And one of them includes the what chants. Now, Rusev was on Monday Night Raw, a part of the King's Court, and he was being emasculated by WWE. Came off as a real P-U-S-S-Y, pussy. Rusev called attention to the what chants during his King's Court appearance with Jerry Lawler. And he told the fans to stop. It's Jerry Lawler. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a good guy. And the fans stopped. Good on you, Rusev. Good on you. You finally did something right on national television. So WWE on Fox's Twitter account tweeted out a simple request to cease the what chants. Then for some reason they deleted it because whoever's in charge of that account probably realized that they're a fucking idiot. Can we stop the what chants? They say. It's no longer 2001. XOXO. They later tweeted out that this is a sign of disrespect from the fans. For some reason, this tweet was also deleted. Now, some people were actually chanting the what chant at Angelo Dawkins as he said goodbye to NXT. And now, Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler on Monday Night Raw. It's not a sign of rebellion, it's a sign of disrespect. Especially when guys like The Undertaker or Goldberg are in the ring and they're trying to cut a promo and they haven't been on TV. The only one that you should be doing the what chants to is Stone Cold Steve Austin, being that he gave birth to the what chants. So, they tweeted out that it was disrespect. We also saw people, they said, chanting Angelo Dawkins, what? And now Hall of Famer on Raw. It's not a sign of rebellion, it's a sign of disrespect, they said. Now back to Raw, end quote. Now, again, if the fans took this and they seen this and Fox is asking them to do it, you know how it's going to work. It's like asking people to cheer for Roman Reigns. What are the fans going to do? WWE forced Roman Reigns down our throats for 5 fucking years. So the fans obviously didn't want Roman Reigns. Yet WWE every single week, Reigns, Roman. At the end of the day, you're going to vomit what they feed you. And it's going to be rebellion. That in itself is rebellion. It's happening with Rollins right now. The more they push Seth Rollins as the man, he is being just hated every single week more and more. And the people want him more and more to lose that Universal Championship. If the fans stopped doing the what chants, again, it wouldn't be bothersome to me. I would actually, I wouldn't care if I never heard it again, to be honest with you. But Steve Austin actually commented on this, and he heard the what chant controversy from Fox. So he weighed in on the topic and said simply this on Twitter, and I quote, "What?" End quote. That was it. So, I want to see if Fox continues to say shit like this on their WWE official Twitter account. And I want to see if the fans now took this from Fox and are going to go to the arenas on Smackdown tonight or on Monday Night Raw. And I want to see if the what chants now become stronger and stronger and stronger as the weeks go on. It's going to be a very interesting thing to monitor as WWE is on weekly because of what Fox did here. So we'll see what happens. Again, get rid of them. I don't give a shit. But the fact that they stated this, the fans are going to come back twice as hard and they're going to say, oh yeah? Now we'll show you. Speaking of Fox, they are not consulting with WWE on WWE Backstage. WWE Backstage, I have yet to watch it. I was told I should. I was told that I should watch it once, and then after that, probably nothing new is going to come out of it. Fox is doing their own thing, and WWE apparently doesn't have much to say in the matter at all. Fightful Select reports that, unlike UFC tonight, Fox is not running names past WWE who will be on the show, as they did with UFC. This could be very interesting, especially if they bring someone in who has a lot on their mind and has absolutely no filter with what they say. It is also reported that WWE doesn't have much input on the show at all. This show might offer an insider glimpse into the business, but it was actually slated to include even more insider terminology than it currently does. Fightful Select reports also that as of this point, things seem to be going very well. One source confirmed that Fox is very happy with how everything has gone at this point. Yeah, you know why? Because WWE is like a good little boy sitting in the corner, and Fox is parenting them and telling them what they want to do. So that's why it's a good relationship so far. Fightful Select also reports that CM Punk did try out for WWE Backstage, but was not offered a deal. Instead, the higher-ups at Fox seem like they'd move on as of recently, as of this week, actually. That they've moved on. Punk's tryout went well and he impressed the Backstage team, but it was left in the hands of the higher-ups at Fox that seemed like they had moved on as recently as of this week. Nothing is concrete in that regard, although, speaking to Ariel Helwani, Triple H said this about Vince McMahon, that he would be open to the idea of CM Punk returning to the company. That's a could be. Vince will say it all the time. We're open for business. The past is the past. Today is today. And you never say never in WWE. Let's rewind it back a little bit. Punk's tryout went well. Great. We all know that. We all knew that. As soon as his name was associated to the term tryout, we knew he would have been fantastic. But it was left in the hands of the higher-ups at Fox, and they seemed like they had moved on. Really now, why would they have moved on from who is, in all actuality, in all factuality, in all reality, the number one free agent in all of this industry? Doesn't seem like a good business move for Fox, if you ask me. Now, if you're asking me if I believe that, fuck no, I don't believe that. Do I think that everybody was reporting on it and WWE knew about it, they were okay with it, because why wouldn't they be? Fox heard all the rumors about CM Punk and WWE Backstage, and Fox, instead of blowing the lid off this thing, maybe they want to announce it at their own discretion. Maybe they want to take it and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Punk interviewed, Punk tried out, we're not interested. They want to dead the story, they want to dead the interest, they want to dead everybody's thought about CM Punk and WWE Backstage and then spring it on you when they want to spring it on you. I don't know, man. That's the way I feel about it. That's what I gather from this. And then Triple H, clearly there was a massive blow-up. Massive issues with Triple H and CM Punk. I don't think that's the case anymore. I really don't. Because Triple H knows that this is a business. CM Punk knows that this is a business. Punk has something that WWE could certainly use. And WWE has something that Punk would absolutely love. Cash. They're making more money now than ever in their entire history. Punk knows that. So obviously Punk is going to be open to work with the WWE based on the money aspect alone. WWE certainly knows that CM Punk brings with him a lot of eyes and probably a huge ratings boost. And even at that point, I don't even know, because he'll probably be swallowed up by WWE Creative anyway for a big match or two, a big match or three, a part-time schedule to get him back on WWE TV throughout the year so you don't overexpose him, because if he's coming back, he's not coming back to be a part of that shit for 52 weeks out of the year. You're not going to ask him to do that. You want a quick no? Then that's the answer. That's what you do to CM Punk. Of course we're open for business. Of course they're open for business. Why would you want CM Punk to be AEW's business? Of course you're going to be open for business. You fucking idiots. Higher-ups at Fox moved on. Sure they did. Sure they did. And I'm a multi-billionaire like Tony Khan, and I'm going to start my own wrestling promotion in 2021. Fuck out of here. CM Punk, listen, I don't give a shit where he goes. As long as the man is happy. I don't care. Would I like to see him on WWE Backstage? Yes! Because if the show is going to be run by Fox and they're going to bring in somebody that has no filter on their mouth, I'd love to hear what CM Punk has to say, because he said it himself. You're not going to bring me in here and you're not going to have me talk good about something that I know blatantly sucks. I think that is gold as far as television goes. I'd love to see it. So I don't know what you guys are thinking about that. Are Fox moving on from Punk? No, I don't think so. The only thing that's moving is the ratings for WWE down into the fucking dungeons. Speaking of WWE, Fox, Real Sports, WWE is trying out a new tactic to seem like a real sport. WWE is doing a lot of things to try and step away from the previous idea that they're just sports entertainment. Vince, your idea of sports entertainment is dead. Because what you're doing is not entertaining, and you're bringing in real sports-like athletes and individuals like Tyson Fury, and you got Cain Velasquez, and you're on Fox with the NFL, you're mingling with the NFL, you're mingling with the NHL, right? You're mixing it up with Fox and Friends. You're a big deal now. Your brand of sports entertainment is dead because nobody finds it entertaining, and everybody that you bring in is making your product worse. Nobody gives a shit. You just left and continue to leave a bad stigma in everybody's mouth because your product, your quality of product, is fucking garbage. Now, WWE is trying to move away from the idea, just a little bit, of sports entertainment. They're on Fox. They want to present themselves as real sports because Fox wants it that way. Now, during Wrestling Observer Live, Dave Meltzer discussed that something WWE tried on Monday Night Raw with Ric Flair. During Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre, they interviewed Ric Flair as he was standing by ringside. This is something that WWE is apparently testing out for future use. He says, and I quote, "That's the thing. They're trying to copy real sports. They've been doing this in the UFC. Now they'll probably do it like a sideline reporter and interview the cornerman and things like that, which I think is very annoying. But that's the new thing that they want to do. So that's what they were trying to copy, that sports thing, and usually they don't have managers, so usually they don't have a chance to do that here. But with Flair at ringside, yeah, to hear Flair interviewed while the match is going on, that was quite something." End quote. I don't mind that at all, to be perfectly honest with you. Meltzer says that it sucks and it's annoying, but I do agree with him to a point where WWE has no managers for this to work if they really want to try this new sports tactic. I could absolutely see. It's got to be done the right way, though. You can't do it in the middle of a fucking climax of a match. If someone is wrestling Andrade and Zelina Vega's out there accompanying Andrade to the ring and she's standing by ringside as the match starts and we got a collar and elbow tie-up and they're just feeling each other out, and you want like a Kayla Braxton or a Charlie Caruso to go over there and start asking Zelina Vega about the importance of this match. Say, for example, Andrade is in a match with AJ Styles for the United States Championship, and he's worked his way up there. She has a multitude of questions to ask Zelina Vega in regards to Andrade. How did he prepare for the match? Did he study tape? You know, how was it getting to this point? How is Andrade feeling? How is he going to attack AJ Styles? Blah, blah, blah. What is the strategy? I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea, but WWE doesn't have the fundamentals to bring this idea to life. Now, Ric Flair was there. They got this Team Hogan versus Team Flair thing. Flair had 6 too many on Monday night, so he was clearly drunk. He didn't know whether he was in Cleveland or in fucking Las Vegas with the amount of alcohol he probably had before he went out through the curtain. He's like, where am I? What city are we in? Kansas City? Yeah, Nate, you're in Kansas City. So I didn't mind it then, and the idea of it sounds great, but WWE, like I said, doesn't have the foundation for that. You could even do with Paul Heyman. You could do with Paul Heyman. You could do, let me use them as an example, because I can't think of anybody off the top of my head right now. Let me use for an example that you got Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. And it is Eric Rowan versus Roman Reigns, for example. Going back a couple of weeks ago. Eric Rowan's in the ring with Roman Reigns and Luke Harper's on the outside. I'd like to see someone go up and ask Luke Harper something pertinent to the match and to the storyline. I think that's great. It's a nice little breakaway. It's different. It's a different vibe normally from what we see on WWE television. I like it. But WWE doesn't have the foundation to do this frequently. So whether that happens or not, I don't know. They did it just for the sake of being different. And WWE, usually they try something and then they fucking kill it off and you never see it again. That's probably what happened here with this little situation with Ric Flair on Monday Night Raw. Now, before we get into the remaining news, I got news on Seth Rollins. I got news on Vince McMahon and what he thought of Humberto Carrillo on Monday Night Raw. And I got news on Tessa Blanchard. Before we get into that, guys, I got to shout out my fine friends over at Harry's. Harrys.com/script. Humans have been shaving for thousands of years. And the secret to a great shave, guys, it hasn't changed all that much. Ancient Greeks, they didn't need flex balls or heated handles. Neither do you. That's why Harry's doesn't overcharge you to add gimmicky features to their razors. They focus on delivering what actually matters. Sharp, durable blades at a fair price. I wish WWE would focus on what actually matters. Storytelling. That's something that they do not do, and it's not very fair to us. Now, I love Harry's products, man. I love the close shave. I love the easy glide. I love the low price. The one thing I love about it most is that I never, ever, ever cut myself using a Harry's blade. It's always a close, comfortable, smooth shave. Now, Harry's has returned to the essential. Quality, durable blades at a fair price. It's just $2 per blade. They cut out the middleman, manufacturing blades in their German blade factory that's been honing precision for over a century, which means you get incredibly high-quality blades at factory direct prices. Harry's is also super convenient. Blade refills are delivered directly to your door on your schedule with or without a subscription. And there's no risk for trying them out. If you don't love your shave, let them know, and they will give you a full refund. Listeners of Off the Script can redeem their Harry's trial set at harrys.com/script. And this is what you're going to get, guys. It's a great deal. A razor handle with a firm grip. 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip and a trimmer blade. Rich lathering shave gel with aloe to keep your skin hydrated. And a travel blade cover to keep your razor dry and easy on the go. Guys, start shaving better today. It's simple. harrys.com/script. So, on Monday, we discussed about this man right here. This man right here. This clown right here. This man right here. How he went one-on-one against Humberto Carrillo, the White Ranger. I don't know if he's the White Ranger reprising the role of Tommy, or he stole Ricochet's last outfit, pretending to be a superhero on Monday nights. Maybe Ricochet went up to him and said, bro, I hate the fact that they're calling me a goddamn superhero. Can you take this gimmick away from me, please? Please! Folks, Seth Rollins and Humberto Carrillo. Was it a good match? Sure it was. For Monday Night Raw standards, I guess. I honestly forgot everything they did on Monday night. So how great was it? Now, if you want to go watch AEW, and you guys want to see Kenny Omega against Joey Janela, Kenny Omega put over Joey Janela not once but twice in the way that a champion should put over a younger, maybe relatively unknown talent to a wider audience. That's exactly what Kenny Omega did on AEW Wednesday night. Great match. I loved it. Probably the best match of the entire night. Now, Rollins and Humberto, they had a decent match, but everybody was coming at me, and people were just crying to me, which I've collected all of your tears. I got them in the freezer. They're in my freezer right now, man. I gotta save them for Monday night. I can't be drinking them during the weekend, because there's a short supply. Because Rollins is not going to be the champion anymore, and then you guys are going to stop crying. Because then you will have known at that point I was right. So, on Monday, people were like, but Humberto was made into a star, man. Humberto was made into a star. Or, Humberto was over, man. Yeah, man, Humberto was over. Man, I couldn't believe how over he was amongst the chorus of boos that rang out in Kansas City. There was nothing but boos in Kansas City. Cleveland. On Monday Night Raw, after the match was over, Rollins went to go shake Humberto's hand, and people were booing. So, folks, how can Humberto be over? How could Humberto be a star when Rollins himself is not over? He's the Universal Champion, and he's not over. People don't understand that go-away heat exists. It's go-away heat. We don't want to see you. Channel-changing heat exists. Go-away heat exists. Now, to those mired in reality, it might not really sit well with you. You might not understand it. To those who are jaded by the big corporate machine and all you do is spew fucking positivity, which, for better lack of meaning, are nothing more than lies. These people exist out there. Oh, go-away heat doesn't exist. Oh, it certainly does exist. Roman Reigns had go-away heat. Baron Corbin had go-away heat for a very long time. Seth Rollins has go-away heat now. Bobby Lashley had go-away heat. Go-away heat exists. I am not talking about Rollins as a professional wrestler. I'm talking about the character that Seth Rollins is right now. He might be a star that could wrestle very well, but when the guy is in the ring, the guy has go-away heat. The fans don't want him because the WWE constantly tries to put him over in a way that they want him to be the man. They want him to be the company man. They're doing whatever they can to get behind the man. He's their man. He's the Universal Champion. And the fans see this. And WWE put an exclamation point on this go-away heat when they opted to end Hell in a Cell the way that they did. Now, because of Hell in a Cell, everybody wants to see Bray Wyatt as the Universal Champion. Will WWE rectify these mistakes in Saudi Arabia? Probably not. Probably not. The only chance that Bray Wyatt has of winning the Universal Championship on Halloween night is the fact that it's Halloween night. Because I could see it being an old man complex of, look, it's Halloween, and Bray Wyatt looks like a Halloween character. Let's give him the title. I could see that being the reason. But everybody wants Bray Wyatt, who is a heel. He's a heel. As the Universal Champion. They're booing the babyface. So how is he over? He's not over. He's over in the wrong ways. But he's certainly not over in the way that he should be over. He's a babyface being booed, told to leave, go away. We don't want you as Universal Champion. How could you describe that to me as being over? You can't do it. That answer doesn't exist. It means one thing and one thing only. Rollins is a failure. WWE has failed Seth Rollins. So how is Humberto over if Rollins is not over? Doesn't work that way. If Rollins was the biggest babyface on the planet, if Seth Rollins had Daniel Bryan-like fucking overness with the fans, 2014 era, and he put Humberto over, then that's a different story. I wouldn't be saying and explaining to you what I'm explaining to you right now. Seth Rollins is not over. Humberto Carrillo is not over. Now, speaking on Humberto Carrillo, Power Ranger. Vince McMahon apparently is very high on Humberto after Monday Night Raw. Well, really now? How long is this gonna last? Humberto made his big debut on Raw. He impressed a lot of people. He gained some attention, looking like the White Ranger. There are reports that Vince McMahon is very high on Humberto after Raw. This will likely see him continue getting a focus on Monday nights. According to sources in WWE, Vince McMahon is very high on Humberto after his match on Raw. What would you like me to say after that exhilarating news article? All I'm looking forward to is the clock, looking at my non-existent watch. How long before Humberto goes back to waiting in line? Number 6. Take a number, please. There's only enough mashed potatoes for everybody. Humberto's going to be back in catering. Folks, how do you want me to accept Humberto? How do you want me to accept anybody coming over from 205 Live? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. WWE has treated 205 Live as its fucking waste bin. It's like that fucking little shit in the hallway at school. That little geeky fucking schmuck who's carrying the books and he's got his little pocket protector and he's going to the locker, and then you got the jocks coming on over and shoulder tacking him. You fucking geek, get out of here, man. Go put some muscle on you, you fucking pussy. Right? I'm gonna sit next to you in fucking math class so I can fucking cheat off you, and you're gonna like it. Otherwise, I'm gonna fucking give you a wedgie at 3 o'clock. That's WWE. That's what they did to 205 Live. 205 Live was WWE's little bitch. For how long? Now, all of a sudden, you want me to care about everybody coming over from 205 Live? You mean to tell... Folks, Drew Gulak got buried. Buried on Monday Night Raw. Drew Gulak, a former Cruiserweight champion, a guy who's had a career year in WWE. If Drew Gulak was buried on night 1, on Smackdown, I should say, because he got power slammed by Braun Strowman. If this is how they're going to handle Drew Gulak, a former Cruiserweight champion, a guy who could out-wrestle anybody on that actual roster, who could tie Seth Rollins into a fucking Auntie Anne's pretzel, you think they're going to push Humberto Carrillo? Think. Think before you speak to me. I don't understand it. I don't know. Why should I be high on... Why is Vince going to be high on Humberto? For what, 2 weeks? Then he's going to look at him. This guy's puny. This guy's... I don't like his dimples. He looks like AC Slater from fucking Saved by the Bell. Get him the fuck out of here. I need someone that looks like fucking Zach Morris. That's who's going to make me the money. Get with the program. Get with the program. Humberto will be dead before you could fucking even spell his name out. Ridiculous. I'm supposed to care about guys that come over from 205 Live. Nobody watches 205 Live. Nobody gives a shit about 205 Live. WWE doesn't even give a shit on their own merits about 205 Live. Now you want me to fucking care about everybody that's coming over from 205 Live? Bro. Seriously. I don't know what you guys in the community are on, but please, pass the joint. I'd love to fucking take a hit of that. Speaking of this clown Rollins, we gotta do it. Speaking of Clownlins, we got news on him. Now, to be fair, I'm not going to completely shit on him completely in this instance, because whoever did this is a complete piece of shit. Seth Rollins was, if you remember back when he won the United States and the WWE Championship at SummerSlam against John Cena. Champion versus champion. He had that white outfit. He looked like a fucking angel, right? That white outfit. Very eye-catching. It was probably the best outfit he's ever worn. Now, at a recent autograph signing, one fan asked Seth Rollins if the all-white ring attire is ever coming back. He said no, and said Vince McMahon just doesn't get it. Now, how do I know he said this? Well, this person, whoever went up to Rollins to get an autograph, had their phone recording video. Now, you couldn't see Rollins' face, but you could hear his voice clearly. And whoever this was had their phone out recording, and he says this, and it was all over social media. It was all over the dirt sheets. This is what he said, and I quote, "No, Vince won't let me wear it because he's a weird old man that doesn't understand people, and people think it's the coolest gear they've ever seen. He doesn't get it. I get that people question more than anything else. It's just huge, man. People loved it." Then he goes on to say, "I think it's in our archive somewhere, like I gave it to our archive guy. He puts it up at the Access shows and stuff." End quote. Now, to be fair, I don't think that Rollins oblivious to what was going on around him, because I could absolutely see him being just fucking oblivious to everything that's going on around him. I mean, just look at the fucking guy. Does this look like a guy that is in and smart? No. To be fair, he was being illegally recorded, or I don't know if it's illegally, but he was being recorded without any knowledge of him being recorded. Now, I did the same thing to Ryback when I went to the fucking WrestleFest, or whatever the fuck it was called, WrestleCon, WrestleFest, whatever, WrestleCon with Cronin, and Ryback got in our face, and I asked him, I didn't know if he knew me, I asked him for a fucking autograph. I was ready to fucking pay Ryback for an autograph. Then he got in Cronin's face, and it was just a nasty thing. Wade Barrett was sitting next to him, and they eventually seen that we were recording, and the guy came up. One of the security guys was there. Somebody in Ryback's crew came up, and he was like fucking huge, just as huge as Ryback. It is what it is, right? I was an idiot. I was dumb. I was stupid. I did the thing with Brian Zane. I look back at that shit at the wrestling darlings, the internet darlings, and if that is me now, I'm not going to be that way now. Same thing, with the last time I was doing that type of shit. I'm not going to be acting that way. It's just not in my DNA anymore. I was young. I was stupid. I was like, oh, look at me. I'm the shit. Now I'm a little bit more respectful. I know where I'm going with this. I know what I want to accomplish with this. I'm not going to act like a dummy. But the simple fact that Rollins didn't know he was being recorded here is fucked up. Now, is he right in the fact that he said Vince McMahon is a weird old man? Yes, absolutely. Vince is a weird old man. I mean, the guy fucking can't stand when people sneeze around him. He's a weird old man. But Rollins is an employee of that weird old man, and if you're talking about that weird old man behind his back in what I think is a negative way, I don't think that bodes well for Seth Rollins. You're the man of the company. He employs you, and you are the face of his brand. And you're going to go behind his back and shit on him? I mean, of all the times you want to shit on him, right? You're so fucking keen on like, oh, WWE's the best wrestling on the planet. Oh, this and that. Fucking on WWE's white horse. You're jumping up and down on the WWE dick every chance you got. Now you want to call him a weird old man because he won't let you wear the white outfit. I don't get it. I really don't. The guy's just mental. But the simple fact is that he was being recorded, not knowing he was being recorded, is fucked up. It's fucked up. And that person got their 15 minutes of fame. There you go. I mean, I don't agree with it, but he shouldn't be saying that type of shit in regards to anything about Vince McMahon, who signs his paychecks. Seth Rollins is an idiot. Clearly. The guy never knows when to shut up. Finally, guys, last story here. Tessa Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard, the best women's wrestler on the planet, bar none. What I look for in a women's wrestler is everything that Tessa Blanchard has. The intensity, the just interaction with her opponent. It just looks like a wrestling match. She gets it. Every time you look at a women's wrestling match, it's like, I'm afraid to break a nail. Hair pulling. I don't know if I'm watching a fucking porno or fucking mud wrestling match. I want to see physicality. That's what I want to see. Tessa embodies that. Now, I don't know about her questionable booking on Impact Wrestling. She's not even wrestling the women anymore. She's wrestling the men. I think she was in an X Division match at Bound for Glory. I mean, that's a little ridiculous if you ask me. But she's literally done and beaten everybody in the women's division. What else could she do? What else could she do? Now that she's wrestling the men, listen, look at it from Tessa Blanchard's eyes. She's wrestled the women. Every single one of them. She's won how many championships there? Now you're going to put her against the men. Now you really done it and given her literally everything in Impact to do. Why would she stay with Impact Wrestling at the end of her contract if there's nothing else to do there? You're not going to give Tessa Blanchard the Impact World Championship. You're not. It's just stupid creative, if you ask me. I can't justify that. She's got her own championship to win, and she's won multiple of them. So Tessa needs to go on to a bigger stage. That's all that means to me. Now, Ryan McKinnell of Busted Open Radio is reporting that Tessa Blanchard is done with Impact Wrestling and could be heading to either WWE or AEW. Blanchard is without a doubt one of the most gifted wrestlers in females women's wrestling. And is one of Impact's biggest stars, so her departure will have a huge impact on the promotion if the report is true. Tessa's contract with Impact is apparently up. Does she stay or does she go? I'm certainly not one to say, he says. However, I can't help but feel like AEW's women's division could use a kick. And let's not forget, that's where Tully is. Seems like a natural fit. No? End quote. Now, while WWE would probably be able to offer her just as much money as AEW, if not more, there could be a bidding war between the two. Money's not an issue. Tessa's going to go where she thinks her career is going to thrive best. You know, AEW does employ her father, which is a major selling point, because why the fuck not? You know, and she goes over there, she's instantly the star of that division. She is the queen, will be for a very long time. And AEW knows that. AEW needs someone like Tessa to pretty much engulf that division and really entice others to come join. They don't have that. AEW does not have that. Who the fuck is going to come to AEW to compete in their women's division when Nyla Rose is not good at all? She's gotten a little bit better, but she's not good. To be bluntly honest with you, she's not good. Sonny Kiss? Please. Britt Baker? Not ready. Riho? Who? Who else they got? They got Bea Priestley. Great. That's it. One of the women that I think would be great as a face of that division. Other than that, who do they have? Allie? Brandy? Give me a break. They don't have that one dominant female, and it's their one weakness. It's their biggest weakness. It might be their only weakness as far as roster goes. They need someone like Tessa to come on in to entice other women to come. Look, Tessa's here. You want to compete against the best? We got the best. Come on in. Let's make the women's division and build the division around her. They don't have anybody in that division that they can honestly build around for the future. So Tessa means more to AEW than she does to WWE, because if she goes to WWE, then she will be counting down the days until WWE gives that first loss to Charlotte Flair. She's not going to stand out in WWE. She will never be Charlotte Flair. She's never going to be one to outshine Becky Lynch. They are WWE lifers. Where would she go? She could go to NXT, but Tessa is above NXT. Tessa could go to NXT and fucking kill that entire division. If Tessa goes to NXT, NXT's women's division might be the best ever. Period. Ever. All time. Toni Storm, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Shirai. Take my fucking money. Take my money. Tessa versus Asuka. The matches that she could have in NXT. But you gotta wonder, if she goes to NXT, where is she going to go after that? Eventually, she will be at the fucking feet of Vince McMahon, and that will do no good. You've hit your ceiling. In NXT, that is it. The ceiling comes crashing down on you after you get moved to the main roster. She knows that. I would hope she's smart enough to know that. AEW is what is going to give Tessa the feeling of, this is it for me. They need her so badly. So badly. And if she wants what is coming to her as far as a career in wrestling, if she wants what she deserves, she will be paid and she will be treated as the fucking queen of that division. You can't have Tessa come on into WWE and be the queen that she knows she is, and we all know that she is, when there already is a queen and a goddess in WWE. And a fucking sassy Southern Belle or whatever the fuck they got going on over there. Please. Tessa and AEW is fucking a perfect fit. Now, Tully is working as a manager for Shawn Spears. I don't know how many dates he has, but being that he's there, I'm sure he's going to continue working with AEW even when he's not on television. Now, Blanchard has wrestled for WWE before, appearing sparingly on NXT in 2016 and during the 2017 Mae Young Classic, where she lost in the first round to Kairi Sane, who eventually won that year. Now, the reason why WWE didn't sign her is because I read, I don't know if this is true or not, that there was some backstage politicking. She was a headache backstage. Whatever the case may be, I don't really see that from her at all. I don't know how much of that is true, but they didn't sign her for whatever reason, and it might have been best for both sides, because WWE is looking at who probably is the best women's wrestler right now, because she's had a chance to go out there and prove it. She would have never been able to prove that in WWE. More than likely, she would have been held down. She did things on her own terms. Now she's far more attractive to WWE now that she's done her thing in Impact Wrestling and everywhere else. And it's better for her, too, because she's gotten the opportunity to just go out there and do what she was born to do, wrestling. Fightful. And Sean Rossat are reporting that Tessa's contract with Impact is up, but it's not up until summer of 2020. Now, unless the report is incorrect, Blanchard is not joining AEW or WWE, at least for right now. Blanchard's situation is not that clear-cut. She also has a deal with WOW, Women of Wrestling. So moving on to a WWE or AEW next summer might not be possible if she still has dates to fulfill on her WOW deal. Blanchard has been a staple in Impact in their women's division, and if she decides to re-sign a deal with Impact Wrestling, she could certainly help that promotion grow on Access, or she could go to AEW and do that with AEW, be paid more, be on a bigger station, more spotlight, and be the queen of AEW's women's division and build around that to give that show what it's sorely lacking, women's wrestling. I think Tessa making the move to AEW when the time is right. Summer 2020 is when her deal is up. WWE's keeping a close eye on this. I know. So is AEW. I think AEW is the right decision for Tessa. We'll see what happens wherever she goes. I'm going to be watching anyway because she is absolutely fantastic at what she does. In my eyes, again, I will say it, the best women's wrestler on the planet is Tessa Blanchard. Guys, I'm getting out of here. Thank you so very much for all your support on Off the Script. If you missed any of my other videos, please go check everything down in the description below. You got AEW Dynamite, you got Off the Script Elite, you got Monday Night Raw, you got NXT, you got Smackdown on Fox, FS1 this week, but Fox. Make sure you guys go and check that out. And I got more coming tomorrow as well right here for part 2 of Off the Script. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys support the podcast on Patreon. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Make sure you guys check out the Ridge. Ridge.com/script. And Harry's.com/script for your value trial set as well. Guys, I'll see you right back here on Sunday afternoon for more Off the Script. Until then, hit that thumbs up, and I will see you right back here for Sunday's part 2 of OTS. I'll see you guys later.